Today I'm speaking with Drew Logan from North Canton Hoover High School, plays defensive end, and hadn't seen you. I saw you as a sophomore, and then last year I turned on the tapes and I couldn't find you anyplace. So let's start with your play. What position, Drew? And then tell me about your injury.
I play strong side defensive end. I've been moved everywhere, basically, just trying to help my team out. I've played weak side. I've also played a little bit of middle linebacker or outside linebacker and just moving around, trying to help my team as best as I can. So this year, second game, right about halftime, I was going to make a play in the backfield on the McKinley quarterback. And I turned to redirect, and I broke my fifth metatarsal on my foot. It was painful, but I tried to work through it. Played a couple plays after. I thought it was a sprained ankle. I had a growth plate injury freshman year. Thought it was that.
Look at me.
I thought it was a growth plate injury, and I didn't know what it was. I thought I was going to be out like 1 to 2 weeks, and then I went to the instant. I went to Stat Care, and they told me that I was out for the rest of the year. So it was.
So how's recuperation going?
What?
How is the rehab going? And things like that.
I'm 100% now. I'm going to do drills in the spring. Send that out to a bunch of coaches. There's a couple teams that want to watch me that are interested in me. UVA wanted to see me this spring, and along with Cincinnati. So I'm just excited to get back, and I'm not going to take it for granted. So
good. So do you play any other sports?
I play lacrosse right now in the spring.
Okay.
It's going well. We're going to be really good this year. If I didn't play football, I would definitely be playing D1 lacrosse. So
wow, that's good.
I'm a two-sport. In my eyes, I'm one of the best two sports in Ohio. So.
Well, I'm not saying you play lacrosse, but I better real quickly give you some opinions. I think that, I told you before we started, when I saw you, you were like 6'1", maybe 6'2", 190, 195. But, and then I pick up the paper and you're now 6'3", 245 plus, 6'2", 245, whatever, but you've grown so much, and that's really good. And the thing I liked about it is I watched just 5 plays on your junior year. I just wanted to see, and I agree with you. Well, let's talk about you a little bit. Both your mom and dad are athletes, and that's good. Andy Logan and your mom. Your dad played at Kent State. Your mom swam for Bowling Green, I think. So that's good. And tell me, as you look back, who has been an influence on you, Drew? Who's kind of been a good influence on you?
Well, both my mom and my dad have had a big impact. They wanted me to learn how to play multiple sports and school at an early age, so I could use my time management well, being busy. They also knew that if I do a bunch of sports, I can learn stuff and apply it to other sports. And so I've done baseball, I've done lacrosse, I've done swimming, I've done gymnastics. I've done almost every sport, and I really think that's important for people to have more than one sport, just working all the muscles in the body and stuff like that. Besides my mom and dad, I would have to say my Uncle Judd, because he fought through leukemia and now is in remission. And the way he fought through that has really just been an impact on me. And like knowing that my situation is nowhere near what he had to go through, and just
Right.
know the stuff that he went through when he was doing chemo and stuff like that, just seeing how positive he was, really like widened widen my view on life and stuff. So
Gives you a little different perspective
yeah,
sometimes, I think,
yeah,
when that thing's, and especially close like that. And just Judd, because he lives in the area too, doesn't he?
yeah. He's now the head track coach at Ashland.
That's what I thought.
They're
That's what that's
while
good.
the story is crazy, because while he had leukemia, he won two division two state championships.
Yeah,
So
that's
just
good.
being able to do both is crazy.
Good. So what would be, I ask every football player I talk, what would be words that you live by? Is there a certain little phrase that you think about, or like you've had some really good, experience, well, bad or good experiences here. What words do you live by? Anything like that?
Take nothing for granted. I'm on this
It's true.
I'm on this earth for a reason. I got both my hands, I got my feet. Might as well
Yeah,
use
it's
them.
good.
So,
It's really good.
yeah.
Okay, with that, let's come back with what annoys you and what bugs you. Now, it doesn't have to be something that just drives you up a wall, but what annoys you with maybe playing football? What annoys you?
Oh.
Anything?
When I would say when some of my teammates don't take practice as seriously as they should. I mean, we had a lot of
I
talent
bet
this
you
year.
do.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of talent this year. Last year too, but I mean, my junior class for us, or here at Hoover, is probably one of the best classes we've had in a while.
That's good.
Just all around. Yeah, I would just say, just like when people doze off at practice, knowing that like
Okay.
you can get a lot better.
Okay. You're a good interview guy here. You give complete answers, man. That's good. Let's talk football for a little bit. Best positions, probably, I don't want to, if you keep growing, what do you have to work on? Then I'll come back with my opinion. What do you have to work on right now, Drew, in football?
I would say upper body strength. I've gotten a lot better since my sophomore year. I was really underdeveloped, my upper body, but somehow still got through it, and I've put on like 50 or 60 pounds on my bench. Just working hard.
Look at
Sometimes
me.
sometimes
There
in
you
the weight
go.
room, sometimes in the weight room, I'm not very focused, but I definitely, once I'm focused, I get stuff done. Not as well. I'm a perfectionist, so it may be up to other people's levels, but I'm very self-critical.
Good.
I need to work on my
What's your
endurance
strength
also.
then? Come back with your strength.
Yeah. I use leverage really well. I can get off the ball really well. Knowing what my opponents are giving me, and using it against them. So
Why don't you mention aggressive? You are aggressive. And,
yeah,
I think what you do so well, I'll give you my 2 cents here watching you. First of all, I know you're aggressive and you play to the whistle, and you have really good takeoff on the ball. You really come off the ball well, and I don't know what people tell you, but you use your hands well. If you watch it, you lock out, which is, I think, a mistake a lot of defensive linemen don't do. they let people get in their body, and you see, and then as you do that, you can find the football. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you got to work on change direction a little bit, but every high school player has to do that. And you'll get that in college where you guys, boom, boom, you got to switch your hips, but those are good. I think you have a lot of good qualities. And while I'm mentioning that, I think something else you specifically need to do is get in some video of you doing movements and stuff. Mm-hmm. You mentioned it, but I think that's really huge because, as you know by now, I think they're going to have camps in the summer, but I don't in June, but I don't know for sure what they're going to do with them. I think they're going to have a limit. But if I were you in April, when you get outside, put some, and your people know that, and get some drills where you show change of direction and things like that. In 15 minutes, and no more highlight, no, just drills and stuff, because that's what guys need to see. Mm-hmm. Well, that's really good. Let's talk about advice. Okay, I'm sure you've gotten from your dad and from your dad and your mom and Judd stuff. What advice would you give to a freshman? Now, I saw you play as a sophomore. You started varsity and played a lot. I know you rotated in, but what advice would you give to a freshman that's watching this about football?
It goes by quick, so just have fun while it lasts. You don't know when your last play is going to be, so play your heart out.
Well, you can attest to that, man.
Yes.
Last year. Okay. And keep working hard. Okay, that's really good. Okay, let's talk a bit one more about that. Then what about a young guy that's a sophomore that's being recruited? And I can't. And what do you tell him? He says, Drew, I need advice on recruiting. It's just starting. So what do you tell them to begin with?
Don't let it go to your head. It's a big target on your back once you start telling people, and people start knowing who you are. They want to give you your best every single game. So you got to go out there. Show them why you're getting recruited. I mean, you can't back down from anything. That's what I did a little bit of junior year. Let it get to my head. Thought I was the real deal. And I just wanted to prove why I was getting recruited.
Okay, a little humor here. Who would you trade places with for one day? If you could trade places with anybody for one day, who would it be?
It's a tough question.
Or I'll give you another one, okay? I'll give you another one. What's one thing that nobody knows about you?
I'm a good artist. I draw. When I'm bored in class, I'll just scribble on my paper. I'll do anything. But I've gotten into painting shoes. I painted a pair of shoes for my coach. I made him some art too.
That's good.
It's just fun to me. Get really bored often, so just keeping my mind creative and stuff like that just keeps me going.
Okay, that's good. Plus, it gets your mind off of things.
Yes.
Okay, tell me one more question about what's the best thing about playing high school football for you? What's the best thing?
Just being with your teammates under the lights. Everybody's watching you. Getting a win against Jackson, your rival. That's fun. And then celebrating after in the locker room with the music and some fans.
It's really good, man.
Not with COVID, but I mean, my sophomore year, or my freshman year, I dressed for the Jackson game, and we won. and that game was crazy. We were in the locker room celebrating, the best energy that I've experienced playing football. So
that's really good. Okay, we're going to finish here in a minute. You've really done a good job. Let's talk about recruiting a little bit.
Mhm.
Where are you now? How do you feel about it? Where are you with recruiting right now?
Hold
Schools. I know you've
off.
had some schools. Excuse me. I know you've had some schools showing interest and things, but where are you with recruiting right now?
Hold 7 offers, all from MAC schools. Been talking to Purdue, Northwestern, Cincinnati, Harvard,
Good.
Navy or Army, some Ivy Leagues. It's hard not having junior film because
Right.
that's where most growth is shown between
Right.
sophomore and junior year, which is hurting me a little bit, but I'm definitely still getting interest from a lot of schools. I like being the underdog anyway, so I'm prepared.
Well, Drew, I think you'll find out, and I've done this for a long, long, long time, that the good ones know. The good evaluators, the good recruiters, they know, they understand, and they've got to look for those little fine points. And if you have the little fine points, they can get bigger. So, end of my sermon, but I've done this for a long time. And I'm excited for you because you were talking about getting some video, and I think that's really good. I wouldn't use my sophomore video anymore because that's, you're a totally different person.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate you coming on. And it's fun. And I get to meet you. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.